And we are live. So hopefully you can hear me in the chat. I moved around loads of things on my desk. So obviously I'm standing as well. So I changed my desk completely. So there is a chance that I disconnected something when I did it. So yeah, just let me know if you can hear me, because it will make sure that I have actually plugged everything in, which will be nice. And yeah, we're gonna obviously go back over everything we've been working on and see where we get to today. Let's share my screen here. Boom, boom. No, that's way too small. I want me smaller and I want the screen bigger. Ah, that's better. So, does anyone have any plans for the weekend? Thanks for jumping in. So we'll see how we get on. I'm going to make sure the comments are there working in LinkedIn as well, because I'm streaming this to LinkedIn as well. So I just want to make sure that went live, and then we'll jump straight in to making some things, or making a mess usually, but we'll see. Perfect, we're live. Excellent. Nice, Anthony and Paul are here. Great to see you. So let's take a look. Let's see where we get to today. Ah, Kieran Curley. It's all right, Kieran. We don't fight as much since we don't work together anymore. How's the madness been this week? And James Drew as well. Oh, royalty. Let's see. Right, we're going to be continuing into this. I think I broke some of the designs here since the last time I was here. There was meant to be a big paragraph of text that says this, and it was center aligned. So I'll just steal this in a second. We kind of have gone off on a tangent because I've been letting people into the streams. If anyone's been here the last few weeks, we've seen that the likes of Jhey and Danny have turned up, and I've just been taking some feedback off people live and rolling with it. So it looks very different than this, or it's going to start looking very different than this. So we will jump in and see where we get to today. Let's see how far off we are. I know I looked at this earlier and I had changed my default gray background to a pink, so everything looks crazy. So I'm going to probably fix that first. But we did get this nice little animation in the last day. The cards started, and all of our cards are working nicely now. I did actually get different illustrations for each one of these as well, which I might get to. We have our blogs. This needs to go back to the gray that it was. Let's check what that gray was, because I can't remember. And we will take a look. I think I have light gray, so we'll go into the main stuff and take a look. Crazy week. Kieran's having a busy. Is it you? I thought you'd be up to the wall with it. What am I having today? I'm having some Galway beer today, I think, is it? Yeah. I think so, anyway. Where's this one from? Oh, way wrong. Wicklow. Cool. We are on the dog days. So. Now, let's take a look. Does anyone have any crazy ideas for me this week to throw me off completely? I hope not. Let's take a look. Background is pink, so this needs to go back to the light gray that it was. So I'm going to put this back in here. Perfect. And the top is there now. You can barely see the waves, I'm sure, because of how bright everything is. It's next to impossible to see everything, but it's there. and we'll get to that section in a second. I'm probably going to change most of the SVGs to use that movement, or the wave movement, because I think it looks really good, and I think it will be easier for building in some like responsiveness when it's all flat, because some of these things are going to look crazy. I'll just inspect this. Yeah, obviously responsiveness isn't a thing on this yet, as we can tell. So that's going to be a whole job. I'll probably start with next week. Oof. I think I have a max width or something. Weird. Do I? Let's refresh this and see what's happening. This could be... Alright, that's crazy. Something's going on there. I have no idea. Anyway, we'll pretend it's fine, and I'll deal with that fire later. And I'm guessing I might get distracted with people jumping into the stream again, but we'll deal with that as it arrives and happens and everything else. Let me just send in a link to somebody here. Now, let's start building things out. What we have to do, well, these cards would be a good place to start, I guess. And maybe adding some background color to the top so we can actually see the difference now. That'd be nice. And we'll take it from there. I'll make sure I forgot about LinkedIn being open, so I'm just fixing up my panels. Nice. All right. So let's work on this bit. Lines that stretched across. What lines, Paul? Can't remember. Last week feels like a lifetime ago. So Paul's asking, was there something we forgot? Obviously, if I can't remember, I probably did forget it. But we'll see. Why is this acting like that? No, perfect. Okay, so we can... Well, we might as well start with this stuff, because I know as soon as... If I get any guests this week, I'll probably end up getting them to help me with things. I'll want to play around with, hopefully get like a block version of this in this week as well. That'd be nice. I might just forget about this section for a minute, or like until I get my logos and things sorted out, because I did not work for Amazon, Facebook and LinkedIn, or Google. I don't think they'd have me. I don't think you're allowed to be on YouTube with those unless you have permission. So we'll see. We'll jump into how we work. Nice. So in the how we work section, we have some cards, so we're going to start getting those heights. Ah, okay. Yes. So I put an overflow of hidden or something. I did, yes. I will find out. Let's actually go look at that now, Paul, before I forget. So something on the body, was it? Max width. Overflow X hidden. Okay, yeah, so we were playing around this last week, myself and Jhey. We were trying to get the waves to work. You can't really see it. It is here moving. It's really hard to see because of the light grey background. I'll put a darker color on that in a few minutes. But I had... Now, yeah, you see, look. There's that. It's going And that's why I had the overflow hidden, obviously, was because it's going out like that. Let's figure out that in a couple minutes, because it's just going to be a headache to fix, I'm sure, because of me completely forgetting about it until right now. But we'll deal with it anyway. I just want to get some of these cards started so there's something, because this looks a bit blank and it should be nice and shiny like this. So let's go do that. And I think I'm going to bump up the font sizes on a few bits and pieces because they're a little bit all over the place. But Adrian was the man that gave me feedback on trying to get bigger fonts for things. So we're going to try that. Now, let's take a little look-see how we work, wherever I put that. Yep. Style of cards. So we're going to be going into the cards for a second, and we'll see what we're going to do with this. So what height are all these? It's alright, Paul. I was going to find out, unfortunately. Paul, I think this is the first time you've apologized for anything on the stream, so I'm going to keep it nicely. And great to have you, Praveen. Boom. And yeah, so I'm trying to come up with a little tactic for building this style of card. I haven't really decided how I'm going to do it. What I'm thinking is I'm going to have a card with text in front of these and a card behind it, basically, that's like this. And when you hover over it, the opacity will just fade away from this card and reveal this part of the card. I was thinking of doing a nice flip and everything, but I like the kind of flat style that we have, and I really feel like it just might look a bit weird because of the flat style of this card. If I was going to add a bit of thickness to it, it might look cool, but I'm just not confident that I'll make it look good enough if I went to flip it. So I'm going to use it. Yeah, I'll use a card like this and let it fade away into the card behind it. So that means each card will have two places. I'm going to probably absolutely position this over the card underneath it and position some imagery under it. So once I get one of these cards right, I'll hopefully have them all, but we'll see as that goes on. And oh, I meant to share this link as well somewhere else. Boom, boom. Dun, dun. Yeah, the CSS perspective is what I was thinking of doing on that. I haven't used it in a while, but like if I have time after I get the two cards kind of showing the way I like, I might play around with that. But I'm realizing how many weeks it's taken me to do this just because I've gotten distracted, hence why I said I'll start a little bit early today and see if I can get any further and help myself out get ahead, because I just get so easily distracted, as people know. It doesn't take much to distract me, in fairness. He says getting distracted. Let me throw this in. And throw this in to, where is the live streams? Okay. So this is a good idea for like getting that flip effect on the cards. CSS perspective is pretty cool because you can just flip it on the XYZ axis, and it's pretty cool. I haven't used it in a while. That's probably why I'm nervous about doing it, because I haven't used it in so long. But yeah, I know like it's really nice because I've often made, like, I remember one of my earlier projects when I was discovering how cool CSS was using it to create like a block contact form where the block was turning over. So when the form, you submitted the button flipped over like a block and went to loading, and then it flipped over again to submitted, and then it cleared the block and turned back over to submit again. A pretty nice effect. Exactly. You're only here for the madness. Chris Dixon. Chris, am I wrong? Or where is your course? Is that landing soon? Is that Vue course landing soon? Is there a slight delay? Should I not be telling people there's a delay? Let's see. And hold on. Slow mode is on my chat, I noticed, so people can't bombard the chat. James is an awesome Next developer as well. If you haven't checked out his channel, check it out. Big time for him. He has a great Next course as well. In case you're not caught up on what Next does or want to learn Next, definitely check out James. Awesome guy. I'm going to try and take off this slow thing because I was wondering why there hasn't been so much shouting in the chat. Usually, let me just unchain things and we'll see how the madness evolves once the slow filter is off. Because that's no good. Boom, 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 boom. Slow mode. Save. Okay, so if you refresh your browsers or anything, and if this slow mode doesn't work, now it's off, so you should be able to spam messages. Oh, Chris, you'll have to send me the link. Send a link so we can add it in. That's awesome. I want to check it out. If you want to even ping me on Twitter or that so I can check out the site while we're on the stream as well. I didn't realize that. I haven't been on Twitter today. I was working like a good boy for once. So we'll see. See, Kieran's getting the feel for it. Spam, spam. Spammy spam. Yeah, maybe can I turn it on for just one or two people? So Chris has his new Vue 3 course out on his platform today. That's really cool. Congrats, Chris. I'm sure that'll go really well because I know a lot of people were waiting for that. And it's probably your first paid course on your new self-build platform. I hope it's built in Vue. I think it is. It's a good way to learn for the course as well, I'm sure. Okay. The cards, I forgot even what I was checking here. So 250, 394 height, 250 width. Height. So let's say width is going to be 250 pixels. Definitely shouldn't be doing it this way, but I just want to see where we're at on these things. Okay, so that's all right looking, I guess. Stefan is here now as well. Welcome aboard. And yeah. How we work. Okay, so what do we want to put in here? So we're going to put in, what are we going to do? We're going to add in display flex. We'll say line up center. I think it's a line height that I'm probably missing off this to make it look good. I do want to say text align center as well. I think that's what it was doing. Text align center. And I need a line height, I think, of maybe, let's try 1.5 rem for the moment. 2.5? I just guess with these kind of things. Oh, that's too much. Maybe 2 is enough. Okay. That looks kind of awful at the moment. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna see why it looks so bad compared to this. Oh, it is left aligned there. It just has some padding. Okay, let's take this off. And Yeah, that looks a bit better, I think. And what kind of padding does this have? 195, 255, so it's about 25 pixels padding. Padding's 30 pixels. Yeah, that's about right. So we'll see how that works. And let's add in on another card. Right, we have this working there. That's centered. I don't even have text for these cards, I don't think yet, but I can just copy them. And James is here. Let me add James in. James, welcome aboard.
How's it going?
Very good.
You can hear me?
I can. I think you're slightly quiet.
Yeah, I think... Hold on, let me boost some volume. What about now?
Yeah, the people will tell you in the chat. You know, nobody's ever shy in my chat, thankfully.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Chris is asking what beer I'm having today. I have two. I have a Christmas one that I can't say or I'll be demonetized, and I just got demonetized today. Or monetized today. So it's It All, and it says something about Santa gave up delivering presents and took a holiday in the Bahamas, and then this Larkin's Dog Days beer. So I always just stream with some of my Irish beers as well to support local.
Good job. Support those locals.
Yeah, exactly. Especially at the moment. How's things with you?
Yeah, good, man. Just on a quick break. Still working, but...
Nice. I suppose, what time is it there?
It's 12:30. Just after midday.
Yeah, look, it's late in the day for me at least. What time is it here? Yeah, half five.
Yeah, I was going to say it's 5:30, right?
Yeah, I suppose you should know what time it is here, probably for family and everything else.
Yeah, I know what's happening.
You're not quite American yet.
Oh yeah, not yet.
It'll take a while.
11 years down, I'm still not American.
That's it. 11 years, is it?
Yeah.
Jeez.
2009, I've been here.
You're a young looking fella for that.
Yeah. I'm married now, so American, I'm good.
Yeah, well, that explains why you stayed there then.
Yeah, I mean, there's been some times I thought about coming back before then.
Yeah, I'd say so. It's very easy. I suppose, look, now that's where I suppose the family is for you now, isn't it?
Yeah. My parents are here too, so it's just my sister and her family that are still back home.
Oh, it's good to have people there as well. At least you can go to visit.
Yeah. Not right now, I can't though.
Jordan, the computer scientist, is here as well. I just subscribed to that guy yesterday. What an awesome looking channel. He's just documenting himself becoming a computer scientist.
There you go.
So I love the... Yeah, I'm trying to see. Yeah, I love the balls on anyone that's, has the... it's a tough thing to do, to show your failures and everything else as well. So, yeah, kudos to you, Jordan. Not an easy thing to do, and you're doing it anyway. So, are you building Next now at the moment, or is it just something you've been building content for?
I mean, it's just content I've been building. So I've been using Next since 2017, I think. So I've been using it a long time. So like it's just got, now it's the new hotness, right? Everybody wants to use it. So now I'm just making content for that. Yeah.
Makes sense. I'm actually doing similar. I think this weekend's video is going to be authentication with Next.js. I think that's what I'm playing around with.
Nice.
But yeah, it's good fun. Talk about, like, it's a game changer when you're like used to using something like Create React App.
Oh yeah. I mean, for me, like the biggest thing was having an API layer, which was introduced after it was already out. But having an API layer that you can call from the front end without having to have, node server spun up somewhere with Express and everything else. Because, like, that was what I was using beforehand, was just all Node, all Express, all the time. So it's nice to like not have to worry about that anymore.
Yeah, no, it's insane. Like I'm getting so lazy because of it now as well, because I can just spin up even like mock APIs and things like that.
Yep.
It's like just for putting in some APIs in the background just to pretend, just to see if they, because like it's so easy to make an API that it's just like, just do it. Even if it's just something that I'm going to throw away, I just do it anyway.
Yep. Yeah, and I think the funny, so I did a Gatsby crash course video this week, which was like the longest video I've done on YouTube. It was like an hour and a half long, and it was probably the worst video I've ever made, like from a standpoint of like how long it took to implement compared to like my longer Next courses that I've done. It was just it's just not the same experience, and I hope a lot of people that use Gatsby realize that Next is way more powerful and way more flexible, and they'll start moving over. I
really hope they wrangle the image component.
Yeah, they just did that with Next 10. Like the new image component.
They have that component, but it doesn't have the lazy loading and a couple of little things that are really nice on Gatsby.
You mean like where it loads in like blurred for lazy loading? Yeah. That is one feature I wish it had. Like the lazy loading is super nice now, but like that image component didn't even exist. So like I've been like doing it on my own since like for the last 3 years, so it's been super nice to actually have a component I can use now.
Yeah, and I'm rather new to the Next scene, really. I played with it, and because a lot of the kind of stuff I do for like my meetups and things are client side based, I don't get into the server side stuff because it gets complex pretty fast. I would have like said, go Gatsby, but like as soon as like that image component landed, it's kind of like all I'm getting now is that blurred image. So is it worth it? Probably not.
Nope, not anymore.
So right, I'm here trying to come up with some crazy ideas on how to do this thing. As you can see, did you see what I'm building?
Yeah. Yep.
So I think I'm going to just fade cards out. So what's that? We're going to have to put a transform, isn't it? Transition.
Yep. Transition.
So all. Will that work? Oh, we have to give it an ease in as well, don't we?
Yep.
Let's check this out. Nice. That went smoother than I planned. I haven't done transitions and things in a while. When you're doing them off head, you're kind of like, what's going to go wrong?
I just did one for that Next course. For the Gatsby course, I used one, and I haven't used one in like, I don't know, a year. So like I was like, how do I do this again? So spent like 20 minutes trying to figure it out.
Yeah. It is embarrassing because you're like at times just like, I really know my stuff. Now let me Google how to do a basic animation.
Yeah. I've only been doing this 10 years. Let me go figure this out real quick.
Yeah, everyone Googles it. There's no way you can remember everything though. At all. No.
Yesterday I spent 20 minutes trying to remember how to increment a variable in a state in React.
I've gotten into that state myself. Yeah, I've gotten into those kind of areas where something silly.
Yeah, I was like, what am I doing? What am I doing with my life anymore?
Yeah, that's easily done though, in fairness. Right, I'm trying to think now. What is the best way of structuring this? Probably need this card outer and inner. I probably need a card container, don't I? If I want to make a... What would you do if you were me right now? Might as well just be lazy while I have guests.
I'd wrap that in a stack, like have a stack or container, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. All right, let's do that. So let's do a 1, and then we can just duplicate it from there. And I love the CSS modules on it because I used to use BEM and everything else to try and namescape things.
Yeah.
And I'm addicted to this. I see people using style components and things, but I still love my CSS.
I still use class names and then styles dot whatever for the modules. Yeah, I mean style components are fine, but
yeah, for certain things.
Yeah. Although I just use like Chakra UI for everything these days, so I'm so lazy.
I've heard of it. I haven't even looked at the page.
Man,
you know when you just see so much, you're like, "There's noise. I have more to learn."
Yeah, it's so nice, so nice. I'm so lazy now. Like every time I start a Next app, it's just like I'm so lazy. Like install Chakra and then it does everything for me. Do you remember HTML having the center? Where you could center by just using the tag center, and then they deprecated it. Do you remember that? It was a long time. It was a long time ago. But anyway,
I think you've been doing this longer than me, so that would probably make sense.
So when that happened, like everyone struggles to center a div now. But in Chakra UI, they now have a tag called center that centers everything on the page. So it's just so good. So lazy. I'm just like, ooh, center. Yes.
I just bit the bullet and learned how to use Flex.
Yeah, that's what I do.
It's been the best thing ever. Like I explained it to. I was on a stream with Caleb Curry actually the other day, and we were going. I think we streamed for like 3 hours because I was helping him with some CSS for a project he's building for his new course.
Yep.
And just getting just teaching them the flex kind of things just kind of opens up the game when you're like, oh, I can just kind of scatter things around because you got a really complicated grid layout. And I was like, I don't understand this. Let's make it so everyone understands this.
Accurate. Yeah. I use Flex like almost if I'm not doing Chakra UI. If I do pure CSS, I use Flex all the time.
Absolutely, yeah, makes sense. Ruben here is. Ruben here is a maintainer. I'm going to show his comment again here for one of the micro front end framework. For I'm losing it. Ruben? Can you put the documentation or a link to the docs for the micro front end framework? It's just gone from my head, and rather than just ignoring it, I'd love to show people it because Ruben's actually done a workshop with me to teach people. How and why they should use micro front ends. Himself and a lovely lady called Nelly came on. They maintain this open source project, and it's awesome. It's really good for like giant front end apps.
Huh. I'm always intrigued by micro. Anything with the word micro in it, I'm interested.
Yeah. No, understand. Like it's awesome. Like it's so much knowledge because I'd never even looked at micro front ends really. I just kind of like I don't need them, and then I was like, oh, maybe I do need them actually. No, I've probably just been making giant bloated apps for no reason.
Yep.
Do you have any good plans for the weekend now?
Yeah, man, my PS5's showing up tomorrow.
Oh, all right. So no videos for James for next month.
Yeah,
it's done.
Yeah. I'm supposed to record a video this weekend actually on Next and GraphQL. So I have like the code's all done, everything's ready to go, and I was like, I guess that will get recorded on like Monday evening for a Tuesday release.
Yeah, I didn't do one this week. I was just too crazy at work. I'm transitioning into a new role at the moment, and it's
that's always rough.
It's chaos.
Always rough. I did that like a year ago when I transitioned, and that was rough.
Right, we're gonna take all of this stuff, put this on card container now. All right, this looks a bit better. Kind of.
Oop.
Why did my cards end up skinny?
Yep, they've gone skinny.
Why?
I'm assuming you have a width on the container.
I do. And the padding here.
Yep.
No, that didn't do it.
Oh, that's weird.
I still want the padding on that stuff.
Inspect it.
Let's see.
Yeah, inspect it. See what's happening. See what.
That'd make too much sense.
I know. I try and bring the easy part.
Okay. I love doing this. This is like something that's underrated. Always change your select colors. I think it always looks awesome when you have that on. It just means you've actually done a little bit more. All right. American Express one app. Here we go. I hope you forgive me, Ruben, for not remembering the name of it, especially after spending a couple hours with you on this. So it's yeah, this is American Express's one app, so they use it themselves, obviously. And yeah, Ruben is one of the main guys in there building this stuff. I'm hoping to get him on next week during the week to talk about some other things he's been building as well. But interesting. Do you know what? I love Twitter for just meeting people that do interesting things.
Right? Yeah, without Twitter, I wouldn't have met James Quick. Then we wouldn't have done a live stream like in January, which then would have led me to the Discord with everybody else and met everybody else. And that was just how that worked out.
Yeah, it's nice. It's great having like loads of people to keep in check and ask questions. Like even when it comes down to, should I do this awful thing to my video?
Yeah, right. Yeah. That's always good to ask.
All right,
man. I'm gonna have to hop off because I have to get back to work. But just thought I'd drop in.
No worries. Thanks for coming.
All right, man. Take it easy.
Talk to you soon.
All right, bye.
Okay, I'm gonna put a width of 100% because I just noticed this is in. Nice, that's better. Let's copy these down. Are you gonna jump on with me next week, Ruben? And go over some of the cool things, your theme hooks that you were showing me the other day? I'd love to get you on again. In fairness, it's always good. Alright, this looks a bit better now. So we have the cards. Now what we want to do is this card needs to have a background of white as well. So I'm going to change that. And James, look, Anthony is you're making money here on my stream. I get a half commission, I hope, for that sale. Just arriving in and just selling people things. But boom. This is why you should jump on, Chris, as well, you know? I know it might be a React crowd, but I think learning this Vue 3 should be awesome stuff as well. Right, I am going to change all my P's to be a little bigger because I do not... Where is the sizing? Where's my base font size? But this is at like 112.5, I think. Yeah, that's better. And what I'll do is I'll shrink that font size on smaller screens. Yeah, that looks way better. Yeah. Let's see, that'd be an interesting one. Like even just that theme provider, like this whole thing, inverting all the whites sections to a dark mode would be pretty cool. I'd keep most of this, like, because these colors aren't too offensive to the eyes, I say, because I'm used to seeing them. So I'd love to see what it looks like if we inverted these things. I know Tailwind do a great example of what inverted well, that's Tailwind components. Tailwind like the dark UI they're doing is awesome looking. And I think they do some really smart things. I'd love to replicate some of their stuff. Where is it? Their new site is awesome as well. Look how beautiful this is. Oh yeah, here. This is where I'd always come for inspiration on colors and things. I always go to Tailwind because Adam has just done a phenomenal job here. Nice. Okay. So now we need to get an image into the middle. So let's can I copy as SVG? That might be too big as an SVG. Let's see how big this is as an SVG. If it's too big, I'll change it. And we'll just work from there. How we work. Card. Put this in. Oh, it's a data URL. Ah, they cheated. I will use a PNG. And I will... Yeah, Tailwind's like a Stripe blew us away, and then Tailwind blew us away. I just love all these new things. And you know what makes me more confident in my crazy gradients is all these companies that are doing gradients as well, which is nice. Gradients are making a comeback, I think. Which is nice. Alright, so if I select this layer, export icon 1. Let's make this smaller so I can just drag and drop it over without opening things up. Where is my assets for this? What's everyone think? If anyone's been here before, they might have seen my setup. So I'm after like lowering the lights a little bit here, and I'm up higher because I've got this new standing desk. So does it look a bit better? Do I look like a professional YouTuber? Do I look like I'm making $50 a month now? Trying to up it always. And I have my napping, my rest bed behind me here for if I get bored in the office during the day. Right, where are my assets and icons and everything? Public here, yeah. Images. Yeah, let's throw it straight into images. No, I didn't want to open it. What we call this? Card 2. I think it's the only way I'll keep track. Light is good. Thanks, Landing and Tech. Oh. Landing and Tech has an awesome podcast. If you haven't checked that out, awesome stuff. Really cool. I actually was listening to the one with Jhey the other day. What a great guy. Obviously, anyone that's here knows probably Jhey at this stage as well, because he often turns up in these things as well, and shows me how to improve things. And yeah, so if you haven't liked this video and subscribed and all that, you have to, so I can get that beautiful silver plaque. Jesse Codestacker is taunting me with it, but in fairness, Jesse's been putting out phenomenal stuff, so it's yeah, I'll try get that. That's on the agenda. Maybe it'll take probably a year and a half. Yeah, Landing a Tech. Yeah, it's embarrassing. At least you didn't come on and like troll. Dislike. I don't want you getting good metrics. Come on and troll, and then you forget you're in your own account. Right, let's put this in. Let's put this full screen again. Let's put this full screen again. And we are going to... I have the image. Come on, ship. Image. It's... import. See you later, Chris. Okay, let's take a look. Import image from next image. I want this. Gonna remember how to do all this. Import image from next image. I'm going to split this to the right so I can still see it, because I'm definitely going to forget. That's what you're telling us. You haven't been just because you weren't caught on this account. But right, we need to, what do we need to do on this? We want to go back then to how we work. Let's cover that up. I'm gonna bring this over for a second. I know the screen is a bit dense here now. Let's hide that. So import image from Next.js image. I'm going to actually copy and paste this so I have the right metrics for it. We aren't using this SVG anymore, are we? Or are we? Oh yeah, okay, so we can delete this. Oh, that's the wave. Yeah, I don't want to delete that. I want to keep that. I want to put into the card container. It's not the cover image. What's the alt tag for this? Card icon for. We'll figure that out. I'll figure out how to make this dynamic in a little while. So card for second card, because I'll forget if I don't. Source is cover image. So am I importing the source here? Oh yeah, there's taking the URL. So I can say images slash card 2.png, I think. And stars that image. And I broke stuff. Maybe I need this. Look at that. That's all it was. So the height should be 350 pixels and the width should be 350 pixels. But it's hiding in here. So let's figure out that. Stars that image. Let's take the, we're going to call this card icon. Save this. I think I'm getting into this now, so let's collapse this. How do I close all? I should know this, but who cares? Close all to the right. No, actually close all. Okay, yeah, there we go. Now we'll go back in here. Where's my card? And since it's in, I just like to put it in the order in the way they came. Excuse me. Okay, let's have a little look at how we're going to position this. I think I'm going to have to say position relative. And I can say position absolute on this stuff, and I will say top 0. I don't know. Stefan, I don't know why it's hard. I don't know what I've done. I don't know whether it's something I've said that's made it not good for children to hear, or whether it's because I'm enjoying my Friday evening of freedom. We'll see. Maybe it's both. Okay, let's have a look at this. All right, so that's better. Okay, that's a lot better. That's kind of as I expected, nearly. Which is pretty nice. So if I hover, boom, get that. And then what I'll do in here is say, what size are these images? Let's go in here and grab the size of these images. 181 by 158. 1 by 158. Looks a bit better. You have somebody on your defense here, Stefan, don't worry. No, I'm only slagging. Absolutely. Stay strong, Stefan. I'll take this off, actually. It's warm in here. Freezing outside. Okay, so that's there. Might keep that like that for the moment. And then we need a H1. And we'll, what is that? That's design. It's not going to be that though. It's going to be like a H3 really. I'm glad I always have Stefan here to help me with these kind of SEO, more SEO related questions. And for Sergej, Stefan says he'll make it. He'll make it. You're helping him through it. Right, we have the design. That's obviously not the way it's meant to be, but that H3 is in a good size. So what I'm going to do is it, am I okay? Should I be using like H3s or H4s? Because actually, this is probably the best way to end up tagging it. Am I right? I'll probably ask a more constructive question to learn something here off you, Stefan. Is, should I go down? Like I said, this is a H3. So should this be a H4 when I put a title inside the cards here? Because I know like Google likes things in orders. Yeah, I'm lucky enough now to still be working from home, thankfully, so it's keeping me warm. Yeah, think of them as a tree. That's a great advice. For some reason your comment hasn't shown up yet, but yeah, showing it as a tree. Well, let me show that. Yeah, think of them as a tree. So that's a good bit of advice for if you're trying to think of SEO and titles and things. Think of things as a tree. So this is H4, so I should probably make this a H. Or this is H3, so I should make this a H4 because it's higher up in the hierarchy here of what I want. Probably don't need the card icon thing here at all. But what I do need is space. No, actually, yeah, it is the align items. It's the opposite stuff. Space. Between. I don't know if that's the right way I'm doing this. Ah, okay, never mind. It's the justify content and it's flex direction column that I forgot here. That looks pretty good then. So I do want that kind of, I want this to stay the way it is. So how do I do that? I am going to probably add in, well, I'm gonna first off align the content of this down a little bit. So it's like these ones. No, they're all the same at the moment. Yeah, nice chilled background music. Yeah, I still go to shops. I've gotten really lazy recently, even just because Tesco's has been so manic. I've started getting deliveries to the house even. I just try to go out like nighttime, so I'll go probably at like 10 o'clock tonight. I'll go out for a walk for an hour. It usually helps me. I got this standing desk so I can move around a little bit. It makes me feel less of a slob for sitting at my desk all day. Yeah, a bit of lo-fi keeps it easy. Okay, so we're going to make, so we'll say the card title. So I'm going to put a card title here. Or card container, I think I can just go card container H4 is going to have H4 is going to equal var H3. I think this will work. I'm still getting my head around variables and the cascading them and things. So I may have so this is interesting. So for the SEO on this stuff, it's not as straightforward as things like a homepage. When you write an article, you should treat your headings as an index in a book and apply the same logic to things like a homepage. I am working on a crash course for Next.js. I'm just kind of, I have all the content ready. I just want to build a nicer project. I'll also be bringing out some, I'll be bringing out a lot more Next.js content shortly. I've been just working on practicing my skills because I'd obviously like to be good at this stuff before I try and teach this stuff. So hence why I've been starting to build a few projects with Next. So yeah, there is definitely a lot of Next stuff coming. I will probably be recording an authentication video this weekend for how to authenticate your apps with Next.js and start making full stack apps. But the full stack, I am working on a pretty big crash course that will be free as well for Next.js. Okay, we can add this in. We have H3. H3 becomes H4. Is that? Yeah, no, it's H4. It should be. If I've done my job right here, it should have no change. Perfect. So no change is what we wanted. So yeah, I'm going to, in case anyone's interested, I'm going to drop a link to our Discord in the chat now. I'm just going to get a link here because we always are talking poop in there. It's a good place, lots of good developers in there, from very new developers to very senior developers, and that's what makes it such a good ecosystem. Yeah, Next.js has a great package to make auth. Basically, the easiest auth I've ever implemented, to be honest, with the scale I can get with it, like, and how good it is. Now, it piggybacks off OAuth, but it's, oh, wait for it. You're gonna love it. And that's me just answering this, by the way. Why am I using Next.js? Why? Well, for me, so because React doesn't have, I suppose React Look is a library. It doesn't have it doesn't have like everything we need, all the decisions we made out of the box. It doesn't have server-side rendering. It doesn't have all the things that we need to do when we build a production-style app. So, yeah, having all the decisions made for you and having all these helpers is awesome. So, like the likes of having routing out of box and having server-side rendering, static-side rendering. So you're merging like the best of Gatsby, you're merging the best of Create React App, and all these toys together to get this phenomenal full stack React framework. So if maybe I want to in the future add in some logins and everything else to this site, maybe I want to manage my customers directly from the site or have their profiles so that they can get like invoices on the site, at least with Next.js, I will have the bedding in place to do all this. But yeah, Next.js is just an awesome tool. I'm clearly biased. It's my favorite React framework for sure. And you'll see like things like Nuxt are killing it in the Vue ecosystem as well, which is the Vue equivalent. And there's a reason. Look, it just answers a lot of the problems you have when you make a new app in React, because a lot of these things are slow to build at the start. Yeah, Paul, you cause chaos everywhere. I've seen you on everyone's streams just going nuts. Okay, where am I at? What if I... Oh, I had the Discord link. I was like, what was I doing? I was sending the Discord link to everyone. Praveen is always in our Discord as well. He's always great for advice. For a student, Praveen's knowledge is phenomenal. I wish I was where he was at, where he is now, for how little time he's been studying this stuff. It's great knowledge, Praveen. Oh, this is a great question. So, Umar, here's the great part about Next.js and backend technologies. You're going to love this. So, basically, Next.js is your backend as well. So, it's Node.js, and you can run your server-side stuff on Next.js. So, you can build all your APIs, connect to databases, do your authentication, do everything from within the Next.js ecosystem. They have helper methods to get JSON back when you're making REST requests, or you can add GraphQL. It's just, you can do whatever. You can do, it's a full stack React framework, and that's what the difference is. It's full stack. Absolutely, Paul. You'll know I never take myself too seriously. Always. Yeah, I think somebody might have, Praveen. That could have been not the only Praveen around the Kodu community, I think, at the moment. If there another one is, we'll have to have a fight to death. That's the only way to keep it simple for me. So, where am I at? I am... Oh, we have this. We need to... Yeah, I think, look, this is the truth. And I think this is the harsh reality. We like to think people are gifted with these things. But usually, most of the time, these gifted people are people that just work way harder than us. And Praveen's a great example of this. And I'm sure you will do awesome in your career as a result, Praveen. Putting in the work now so you can have major success later. Okay. So we have, I'm going to copy and paste this because this is all as I want it, isn't it? Okay. Card container, card container. Okay, I've broke everything. Let's reset. Go back. Nice. These look pretty good. Ah, you see, this is the problem. We always forget, and with all these usernames, we forget who is who. So, yeah, it's great to reveal the secret identity. All right, so we have this. I want to now center all of the content inside that. Can I? I don't really know this, so I'm just kind of experimenting here. Because why not? I'm going to say display flex and justify content center. Well, actually, no, I'll say align items. Perfect. So that's exactly as we want it now. That's center aligned where we want. I think that looks pretty good. Nice. So when we hover our cards now, we get this nice fade in effect. And I'm actually going, well, it doesn't click, so I think I'll leave it at that. Should be nice enough. Yeah. Where else are we at? Let's go to title. I'm going to say margin bottom 20. I'll say 40 pixels. $60. I might need a darker gray, I think, for this background, because these cards are not standing out, so I might put this as a grayish background, I think. Nice. That's awesome, Praveen. Remember to hire me when you're rich and famous, okay? That's all that matters. But just in case people haven't seen this, I think I might actually just go through this real quick because learning how much you can do with CSS actually saves you from writing a lot of JavaScript. That's why I do all this stuff. Where is it? Do I have an API folder? Pages. I'm just gonna check. I think it's in Next.js. Let's have a look. So, basic API routes. Let's jump in. I just want to just a quick look so people can see how this works. So inside here, yeah, we have an API. So we just can go new file, or no, not new file, new folder. We're going to call this API, and we suddenly have our API endpoints. I'm going to see what they're doing inside this API people. So this is a dynamic route, so it means you'll get the prop of ID passed in if somebody puts in something that isn't just /. But we're going to just put index.js for the moment. So I'm going to just say API, new file, index.js, import this. We don't need any of that. We don't need that. Request. Task. You can say task. Subscribe to Kodu. Alright. I've done nothing crazy here, as you can see. But look at this. If I go to Kodu, or I go to localhost/API, boom. If you zoom in close here, we have an endpoint created just like that. So we could consume from this API perfectly. Can I drop a link to... It'll be on my... I don't know how to drop the link, Praveen. So I will definitely... if you look at my profile, it'll be on my activity, I think, if you want to check that out. If you can't find it, let me know. But yeah, look how easy this is to create an API. You just have there a request, response. Here's my response object. And it's that easy. I have a task straight back from an API in JSON, just like that. It's with a status code. Super easy. Like this just makes everything. Yeah, the API only works on Vercel for now. I think they are working on kind of separating the build and things, but they're doing a great job with hosting as well. So if you need something built in a hurry, this is great because it's all there. And I'm sure some smart people will figure out how to split this build and make sure it works elsewhere. So if you're using Next.js, I usually deploy my front ends on Vercel anyway, because they have some optimisations that other vendors don't, that makes it work really well. So I end up always having my front end for Next.js on Vercel anyway, so it makes sense to then... Uh-oh, how did I break things? I refresh this? Okay, it worked again. Thought I really broke everything. But yeah, that's the only issue with this, I guess. So what are the... I think next week we'll have to just do a cleanup. I might even do it tomorrow. I might just do some cleanup. A boring stream of just adding in the right content for all of this stuff. And the icons and the branding and things like that. So we'll see how that goes. There is... Next part, I want to kind of pull the margin top probably of this whole section down. I'm going to delete this API here. I don't need it. It'll confuse me in a while. Move to trash. But as you see, it's full stack. You can make post requests. You can just intercept the request.type and see what's going on in there as well. It's really good. I usually just put a switch statement in there so you can catch what request type it is and do whatever it is. So you could say if the type is if the type is post, then post some data. If not, blah blah blah. Okay. And where is this? Okay, so where are we going? Design. I'm going to actually just put in the different plan, design, build, and deliver. Plan, design, build, and deliver. Plan, design, build, and deliver. Nice, that looks pretty good. Let's check out what's going on here. So it is a darker gray on the background. So I'm going to say for this whole section that the background is like gray. So styles a container. Light gray, I think I have. Now I have to update these things because there a lighter gray? I'm gonna have to make a lighter gray, I think. Let's check out in the main.css. Take that. No, that should be... Is that lighter? Shouldn't be, should it? It should be darker. Might actually just go in here. Looks a bit weird. Looks a bit too light, if you ask me. But nobody did, but whatever. Weird. Okay, so I'm gonna see if I can even make this a little bit lighter. Yeah, that looks a bit better. Dark light gray. No, I was you can see I was trying to do that. I was close to doing that as well. It's just adding a darker light gray on this, but it'll be all right. Okay, I think I like that. That gray is okay. Now we need to add that color to the SVGs though. Styles.wave. So we can go to styles.wave. And the wave itself has a different style. So let's see, where is the wave style? I should convert this just for Jhey to be so at the top I have these waves now, and then down the bottom I need to have this stuff as well. Didn't Jhey make a generator for this? I think he did. But for the blog post, anyway, I'm gonna go into the blog. Where's the blog? Blog.module. No, that's a different thing. It's the intro that has this. There's no styles there. So I'm gonna put in the header now, I think, just to have it there, so I can start seeing the colors of the top coming in. Because you can't really see. I have a wave in here, it's barely showing up because the color's so dark, or the colors are so light up the top here, so I'll have to change that. So let's see how we do that. We'll call this a new section of hero. Hero.js and hero.module.css. Export default function. Just remind myself. Import styles from, and then we'll say export default. What is it? Export default. We're going to export default function, whatever, and return a section of class name equals styles dot container And we'll put a H1 saying hello. Okay, so we have that in there now, and we haven't wired it up. So I have this down here, so I'm going to export default as hero from hero/hero. All right, so we should be able to import this now and make this work. Anyone have any questions about what I'm doing or the madness I'm doing? Bum, 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 bum. Where is index? That's the index for that. Let's get rid of this and bring in hero. Okay, we have that. And I'm going to say the hero is going to have a background. Background is going to be var blue. Paul, you're a bit old for TikToks, I think, unfortunately for you. Okay, so I'm after screwing up something up here. Let's have a look and see what's going on. Top. Margin top 200 pixels. Is that right? Okay, so this should be this height. So I'm going to go back into my how we work CSS, waves container, height is 15 VH, margin top is 15 VH, I'll say 14 VH maybe. Yeah, we're getting all that. Or padding top, is it? No, it's probably... Let's put this in as... what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to add some padding in here. So I'll say padding of... Look at this. Oh, the gloves are off in the chat. Right, Paul, I would, if you want to send me a link to those dances, I will happily play them for the stream, and they can decide how many friends you should have. Okay, right, now we can start to see things again. Great. Margin top. Problem if I just get rid of this. Okay, it works. I'd say 0, 0, 100 pixels. Perfect. Power cut on your phone. Power cut. I love this. Yeah, thought so. Maybe not so confident about the dancing anymore. Margin top minus 50, 60 pixels, I'm gonna say. Oh, it's not that, it's actually the title I want to. It's not working as I expected. But it's okay. So we have these waves coming in. Where is the source code for this blog? It's available on GitHub. We probably don't need that either. Where is the index.js? Probably in the layout then, is it? Alert preview, don't need that. Perfect. Nice. Okay, so we have that working. I would probably like to flip this upside down. Where was Jhey's? If I just look at the home page, I'll find Jhey's probably. No, I'm just playing around with stuff. I haven't used this account in a long time. Let me log out. Because trending, that's what I want to look for. Look at this. How handy is that? I can literally just go onto the trending page on CodePen and find the person I wanted with the SVGs that I wanted. This is awesome. Copy CSS. What's this? Oh, there's a little line there. We can fix that. Don't worry about that. I say as I argue with myself. So let's go to the how we work. How we work.css. I'm going to go at the bottom here. Stolen from. I'm going to put the link into Jhey's CodePen. And the link to Jhey's CodePen, that's what I want. And I need a bear emoji. Copy that. Perfect. Let's see it. Post that. And I've broken everything. Alright, so. Okay. So you're just using an URL. So then in here, let's make this in view compiled HTML. Find wave. Okay, so we have 3 divs called wave. Yeah, I think so too, but for now what I'm trying to do is just throw them in and make them work. Jhey was working on this after our last discussion, so it'd be rude if I didn't absolutely rip him off, especially while he's not looking, probably hiding in the chat and then just been like, aha, I caught you. But until then, everyone stop looking. Don't put that in here. Damn it. How did I know? I was like, if I open this up, I guarantee you I'll get an invoice for this. I was giving you credit. Does that not count, Jhey? Does that not count? Is that not good enough? That's what I'm saying. And the creator of these waves has showed up, so I can't pass this off as my own beautiful creation anymore. I was about to fork it and get my own trending. That's true. That is very true. Caught in the act is the only way of putting it. That is the only way of putting it. Hilarious though. You couldn't, like, I couldn't time it better, in fairness. In fairness. Oh god. It's brilliant, in fairness. You couldn't time it better, could you? Yeah, I thought it's because Brexit hasn't gone through yet. I bet that telepathic behavior stops. You're not allowed to use that anymore under the new Brexit restrictions. So you won't be able to catch me then. Oh, shame. I was doing it as nice as I could. I was just like, here, I'll add it in. Let's see how this goes. So I'm going to put in 3 divs here, I guess. Nope, don't want to put that in. Ignore that. What do I want? Wave 1, 2, 3. Ah, yeah, that's what I was trying to copy. Yeah, Jhey has just absolutely annihilated these waves. Like, it's so good. Now, why don't mine look like that? Where's the Simpsons meme? You know, the Homer Simpson barbecue moment here? I'm like, alright, here's what it's supposed to look like at the top here. Alright, this is what it's supposed to look like. And then you have mine. A little bit different. There's a little less A little less motion. Weird. Right, let's see if I can even... Right, let's see. Oh, no, wait, it's there, alright. Aha, I just nearly couldn't see it. Okay, there is waves there. So what I need to do is put the wave container, I think, on this. How does this... Okay, where's my 3 waves? Riding the wave! Bum, 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 bum. Okay, the wave container's there. Let's delete the old one. I'll probably most likely regret this. Okay, the waves are still here. So I'm clearly positioning it wrong. Let's see how that main container is positioned on his stuff that I'm definitely not stealing from. Oh, hold on. Yeah, that's what I need to do. Wave container. Where's container? Background. Can I just say transparent? Let's have a look. Beautiful. Mine look just like his now. Amazing. And I did all that work by myself. Well, I wasn't expecting them to come in. Like, I started stream early so I could steal these waves and not get caught. I started an hour early and he still turns up. Am I German? No, I am Irish. The hint is in the name. Kodu is Irish for coding, so that's why I have that everywhere. So yeah, interesting though. First time I've been accused of that. Background like grey. Okay, so oh, I'm not going to hear the end of it. Ripping off other people's work live with Next. I really should change it to that. Oh, I love it. I deserve it. Absolutely. Oh, so good. So good. Wave speed, blah, blah, blah. Where is the colors? Okay, so opacity, speed, wave, background size. Okay, so I'm guessing this SVG, I'll probably annoy Jhey, but I'm guessing this SVG is actually a white SVG and that's why it's working that way. Can I change it? Let's play around with his. I'm already ripping off, he knows now. And for my next trick, I'm going to add a Christmas truck to this whole design. How will I ever do that? Probably by clicking here on Jhey, in case anyone hasn't seen his stuff. Just click here and you can get all of the awesome things in the world. That's how I do my coding. So I can just use my own SVG wave here, which you have a newer version. Have you not Are you waiting for the check for this version of Steel, Jhey? I'd also be like if I could flip them around so I could do it the other way as well. I suppose I can be late. I stop being lazy and just flip over the stuff. Okay, so where I need to also find out where this is coming from. Because this is obviously not meant to be going like that. And the best end up in court, I guess. That's fair. That's fair. I'd absolutely. What's the price on that? It's really handy because this is a beautiful looking set of waves now. And we can... Oh, there's just more abuse coming in the chat. I should get used to this. Kamzi's here as well. How's it going, Kamzi? Okay. What I can do to make this work for the moment is Steel, like I said, I have I'm not going to say anything, Paul. Oh, nice. I'm glad you watched it. Danny and myself are, I suppose, becoming good friends now at this stage. We've been talking for months and months and months on end on the old Twitter machine, which helps. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a background image of my SVG, and that's how I get around paying Jhey, I guess. I didn't know, actually it won't work because he has the def on that one, which makes it work. Aha, that's where you get me. You've defined it so it works in its smaller form. Let's have a look at this. Let's see if I can steal this SVG. Hopefully he's having dinner. Let's go into the network here. Let's jump into the network side of things. I know, Kamsi, and I almost did them myself. No, I totally didn't, Kamsi, by the way. This is my pal Jhey's creation. He has created this awesome little Yes, please. That would be really nice. Alright, take my wallet out. Well, I just put my card. Should I put the card number up to the camera so you can take it down and get whatever you want out of it? Will I? Yeah? Yeah, exactly. I'm absolutely loving the chat today, in fairness. So this wave generator is awesome, in fairness. So this is super cool. Jay just wants me to hold the card up so he can take the details to get himself something. I nearly am. I probably shouldn't be saying this, but I accidentally added I was logging into my bank while talking to Jay the other day, and I had a really unsecure password that I just pasted straight in to the chat with Jay. So I think he can just take whatever he wants at this stage. So I'm not even joking. I wish I was. Nice. Okay, so I have just magically created I've magically created a nice SVG that I can use and steal now, which is nice. And that is going to be going into my images. Wave. Where are my images? If I could spell alphabetically, I would know where things are. Public. I always forget it's in public. Images. It's pretty nice. Thanks, Jay. Really appreciate it. Okay, so we have that there. Is it a fill? So what I can do is take out the fill, I think, and add that. Can I add that dynamically? I'm not too good with this yet, Jay, but I'm gonna annoy you probably if you call on to this about adding these as variables, because I might want to use this in a couple places, because I might flip it and use it for underneath it as well. Okay, make versions of the wave as you need it. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so what's my light gray? Can I put in vars in fills like this? The answer is no. I cannot. No worries, Jay. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, it was my public folder, don't worry. So that's okay. How we work. Okay. Oh no, it's the main I want. CSS. What's my light gray? Light gray. Oh, look, I'm an idiot. Sure, I'm here trying these things, right? And I haven't actually changed out this. I'm still referring to the old URL when I need to be saying /images/wave infinite, and all of a sudden that works, and I can go in here. Let's just see if this works. I've just never tried it, so I like to just break things. It's the best way to learn, I think. gray. I think that worked. Nice. CSS variables are awesome. Look at that. I still don't know what's causing this. I'll figure that out after. It'll probably break my heart, but look how nice that looks now. So yeah, so that it looks pretty cool. Nice. So what are we next on to? I was going to do these, but I just haven't. Oh, actually I can do this, I guess. Well, this kind of is where I need to put like the max widths on things, on everything, and containers on everything. So I might just start doing that now, because basically what I would like is on a giant screen, I would like it so it stops at a certain point, because I don't want it to spread out and look really weird. I don't want it to be all out and just looking plain bizarre. What I'm going to do is put like a max width of whatever width this canvas is, really. And it's a trick I use every so often because I have a 49-inch monitor and it's just too crazy to try and support every device. So what I'm going to do is, what width are we on? Inspect. Yeah, so that's 1400. We want, yeah, at that we want it to be that kind of max width. That's a kind of a nuisance now. That does that. Oh no, the var stopped working there. Okay, so it doesn't work as I expected. That's better. Okay. I really like those waves. Looks super now, in fairness. Now if I just get bigger waves for under here and upside down. What am I thinking of? I need to put the max width on things. I need to start putting some manners on this site. So how am I going to do that? Let's see where we're at. What is the main layout? Let's start working on the layout set. Because I think I have a layout component somewhere, don't I? I do. So let's make a new folder called layout and take layout into there. Yes, let's update them. Call this layout. Yes, I'll update them again. Is everything working? Okay, so they can't find layouts. And I should have an index.js. Export default as layout from layout slash layout. Bum bum ba bum bum ba dum bum. Okay, so this is probably not what I wanted. Why not let the waves go to the sides on big screens. It's not even that, Stefan. It's more so, it's just when, for this layout part here and here, and for controlling kind of spacing, like, yeah, I could probably just constrain things. Like I should have like maybe an invisible container in the middle that will hold it all down. So I can make a container component. I'm really just kind of winging it, you know. I'm kind of playing with the designs as I go. So we'll see. But yeah, I'm absolutely loving the things. Right, so where is this? In the layout.js. So pages, index, layout. And layout is gone. And footer. Okay, so I have to go to layout. Where is the footer? Oh, I have a footer component from layout is not defined in index.js. Which one? Which index.js? This one? Sure is. Oh, yeah, it's not. Never mind. Yeah, I'm just worried about how it will look when I stretch it out too far, you know? Oh yeah, this is from components, not... Okay, that's a bit better. I have some control over that now. And in the layouts, I can start. Oh, awesome. Because this is obviously where I've gone. We did something and we broke it last time, but whatever. That looks so cool. I'm a huge fan of these waves. Is nobody else as blown away as I am with these things? What I think I will do is, can I open up .svg in? What I need to do is open up .svg and flip it. Yeah, so I'm thinking of just opening up the SVG to flip it so I can do the same thing but in reverse now. Hype man, yeah, there we go. I'll be good at that. Yeah, has anyone watched the Lil Dicky series? That's hilarious. Your man is his hype man and that. It's so good. is a bipolar hype man. It's so good. As I feel like you're getting here when you ask for me to do that, Jay. All right, let's see. We have I'm just here flashing back and forth. Let's just start doing this. Well, this is all going to be an image. I'm going to get this as a JPEG, I think, to use as a background image. Or maybe is it... No, I can get this and this as a section. Let's put this down here. I want to pull this out and make it a square because I want to get the waves to do their own thing. So let's Control Z. I'm going to Control Z. Pull this out. And then take a block of it, basically. Shoot. Let's see how this works. What height is this? I'm gonna go up and grab the same height as all this. So let's see how this works. So let's grab that, throw it down here so I can overlay this. Where is that? Gone. Whoa. Okay, I lost it. We'll just bring it back here. Has the music stopped? That means I've been streaming too long. Hold on, let me get this. It's gonna get very eerie if I don't have some music in here. Let me get on that. Going to put that to like here. Oh no, it's okay. Use bring to front. Use as mask. Uh-oh. Why isn't that working as I expected? I thought I could use this as a mask, but I can't. Or is this I need to use as a mask? Use as a mask. Bring to front, I think. Huh. It's just not working as I expected. So, what will I do to get around that? I don't know. I have no idea. I was hoping I could pull these in. Maybe I can cut out. I was hoping I could just pull this out. I obviously don't know Figma well enough to do the madness I thought I could do. Use as mask. Use as mask. And I'm definitely getting my mask terminology mixed up. So let's copy this, Control C, and then I can say use as mask. Why is it not working? If anyone can figure out why this doesn't work as I expected, greatly appreciated. Interesting, all the same. Can I just copy that? I wonder if I can. What happens if I copy this, put it down here? Yeah, it takes out the whole thing. I don't need that gradient. That's annoying. Right, we can work on other things anyway until I figure out the background situation. So that's kind of just being boring, isn't it? So we want to pull in a couple of things here. I have a hard stop at 8 tonight, hence why I started a bit early. So what do we have? We have grow your business. Button, we'll give it a type of button, and we'll say contact us today. Okay, the button. There, grow your business. Great. That doesn't look so bad, actually. Design products that delight your users. Blah, blah, blah. Installs a container. I can make a little bit of a grid out of this, I guess. So I'm going to group these. Actually, I'll leave them as is for now. I can just position the other stuff accordingly. So, for your business. There's only one button with this gradient, so I think I'm going to trade the default button for this style. Well, that's actually more my secondary button, so let me get a style of secondary made. Button. So I might need this elsewhere. So we are going to first off take in everything so I know what I have to undo. Background, button background, button text color, button background is going to be transparent. We can get rid of this. Parent, I don't even need this. And we will use the global styles here. So class name equals styles dot. So I'll have to call this button dot secondary, we'll call it. So I'll go in here, call this button dot secondary. Does this work? No, absolutely not. Anyway. Oh yeah, because JS styles dot button secondary. Oh, I'd have to bring in the global from that. Yeah, let's just take this in into the hero.modules rather than being lazy. Let's take that and put that in here. Back shadow none. And what are these? If I can look at my services section, I will get the button styles, which is 2 pixel solid white. Boom, boom. And a little bit of padding. Or I'll say min width 200 pixels. Nice. Container. Can I do this? I'm gonna try this. Color. Going to be, I'll just try this for a second, but I have a var of white anyway. Oh, and it works. So any children of this get the color of white, which is perfect. I don't have anything else that's dark in here, do I? No, all of the children are white. I have just the highlight color that I want to change. But that's nice. That's starting to look as I expected. Dot highlight we'll give a color of pink. And we're going to add this on a span to designs. Styles dot, can't remember now. Oh, styles dot highlight. Okay, so the text is a bit small there on the P, so I'm gonna see what size that's. We'll just start bumping it up. Dot container. P is going to have a font size of 1.5 rems for the moment. No, 1.5. Whoops. Nice, that's a little bit better. And I'll bring the margin top a little bit. Or actually, it's line height I probably want to change here, but let me change that. Yeah, okay, that works as well. So I'll say line height is 0.5 rem. Yeah, 0.8. Margin bottom of 20 pixels. Nice. Okay. Okay, that didn't work as expected. So let's have a little look and see what's going on. Yeah, it just didn't push the button down, so I can put it onto the button. Oh, and a stranger, a wild Jhey appears. Oh, he's fixing his hair. I'll give him a second. Oh, he's hiding his hair. I'll give him another second. Welcome.
I can't believe you removed my name from the waves. It's disgusting.
I removed your name from the waves?
No, I'm joking.
I was like, what did I do? Did I delete something? You made me worry for a second. I was like, oh, maybe I was being a D after all. What's going on?
Well, I had some, you know what it's like, the end of a soft deadline and then all the bugs come in. Or just like little changes like, oh, could this actually do this? And it's like, okay. But then it worked out really well because like one thing I did, so one thing was like a framer thing, and it's kind of like an Instagram slider.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, if I can tap something, can I just transition it in? And I was like, oh, that might be a pain. But I had a look at it and I was like, oh, brilliant. I wrote a way for me to do this, but the way I'd done it just meant that all I had to do was hook it up to a tap instead of a drag, and it just worked. So I was like, that's a bonus. And then this other piece was like, I created the feature like a few weeks back, forgot all about it, and then when they said like, oh, can you change it? So I was like, oh man, I don't know how I'm going to do that. And then when I looked at the code, I'd already left myself an escape hatch to do that. So it was like, oh, nice. I just got to add this prop that I already implemented.
And you were like, so it took me a long time and 6 coffees, but we got there.
They charge that.
That's hilarious. Yeah, no, it's awesome when you accidentally fix things like that as well.
It's like, oh, what a win. What an absolute win that is. I was dreading it, but yeah, it was fine. How about you? How's your week gone?
busy. I got a new stand-up desk, so I'm getting used to that. I'm getting used to standing up all day, which is
actually standing.
Weird.
That's a change, right?
Absolutely. Like I've been sitting. I got a nice mat. I'm actually after kicking it, but I got a nice mat, which has helped my feet as well, kind of adjust to like just standing.
I hope you're. Someone just wrote in chat. I hope your customer is not watching. No, it's fine. I actually told them. I said like, oh, I don't know about this one, and then 5 minutes later, I messaged him back saying, I fixed it. I was like, yeah, I managed to already write it in, so that's good. It worked out
when it
well.
happens, though.
Yeah, it worked out pretty well.
Yeah, it's always good when you get that kind of when you get that, though, to be fair, because you like it can be just nightmarish then when you get those last minute changes, and some of them just kind of undo like the structure of how you've laid out all the components. You're like, okay, now I need to use like a portal, or now I need to be really fancy here, and it just takes forever.
This one's pretty well. When it goes public, when it goes live, I'll share it with you, because it's like it's pretty rad to think how much I managed to get done in like a matter of weeks. So it's kind of mad. But what are you up to here anyway? I noticed, I recognize them.
Yeah, I've been working. I've been working on a few streams after hours. You probably didn't see them, but I was working on these.
Oh, okay.
These waves.
Yeah,
they're
quite nice.
They're okay. Not my best work, but whatever.
No, so yeah, I played with these a little bit after, and then just like the odd hour.
See you did you do about 3 streams on this? Did you?
No, I haven't been streaming it. I just like, because I put it in a poll if people wanted to see me do it, and people weren't really interested, so I didn't bother. But I've been working on it just randomly, so I don't know, like in the evening I'll just be like, I just grab the laptop and I stick Netflix on in the background. I'll be like, I'll spend an hour messing around with this, and then I've added you can like generate new waves as you play with it. Like you click a button and it generates a brand new wave for like completely different shapes. You can do like zigzag lines.
That's a really useful website. Are you putting it up as a website?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna get a domain for it.
Because that's super useful, in fairness.
The
like
way
those
I've built
kind of
it,
things.
I've built it as like a new way. So there is already one called Get Waves, but
yeah, I've seen that, but it doesn't do this.
It doesn't do animation, and it doesn't think about it in that kind of way. So the way I'm doing it, it sounds a bit mad, but what happens is I generate an SVG wave with D3, and then you can create different curves. So you can have like step curves, which is like EQ bars, or you can have like point to points or curves. And then what I'm saying in the code is you can define the view box of the SVG, so you can like shrink it, make it bigger, smaller, and then you can flip it so it's upside down or at the bottom. And then what it does in the code is there's a really cool little function. I think it's BTOA, but basically you can take SVG element and turn it into a base64 string. And then what I'm doing is I'm turning it into a base64 string, passing it as a CSS variable in the top.
Nice.
And then what you're able to do is download the SVG file and the CSS, but you're able to instantly update it and use it as a background image in the DOM. And then what?
That's crazy amount of work to like for you. Like it's so easy for somebody like me then who comes in and goes, haha, waves.
I'll just use it. Yeah. But yeah, it's been quite an interesting problem. That's why I like working on this stuff. I've got white all over the back of my arm. I only noticed that from coming on here. Oh, where that's come from? Paint, probably.
You probably leaned against a wall or something, did you?
I don't know. But it's quite fun. I think this backs onto what we were saying the other day. It's like, if you have fun with it, like sometimes it's worthwhile just disconnecting yourself from like everything, and then just having fun with like stuff that challenges you.
Yeah.
So like a couple of weekends ago, I just like switched everything off, and I just sat down with Blender for a bit, and I've never used it, but I loved it because I was so bad at it.
Oh, I'm sure you were making some awesome 3 things then out of that afterwards, were you?
That's the idea. That's the goal.
What's the name of that React 3 library?
Fiber.
Fiber. Yeah, that looks insane. That's
Yeah,
something I've been looking at. I just don't know if I have like the fortitude to go down that Blender hole, I guess, right now.
Yeah, Blender, it's the sculpting part. If I can work out how to do sculpting well, I think, but it's going to take time, like time to work out how to do that. I messed around making like a bear head, and I got like a rough bear head, but
yeah,
you want like nice details and stuff. It's like pretty crazy. Like I've been doing stuff, and there's people that like some people I've been chatting to that know how to do this stuff. Like they know how to rig models and make things move, and it's like, wow, that's so.
And that kind of comes where you're working now probably helped you ask some questions, or who you're working with now kind of helped you ask some questions to understand this, did it?
Oh, I haven't had time for that.
No.
I wish. I've just seen like the stuff that comes, and I'm like, oh man, I want to be able to make that.
Yeah, it's outrageous. It's outrageous.
Yeah. Really cool.
So what I'm
stick with 2D for a while.
Yeah, oh, it looks great. Like, did you ever see that guy's portfolio that he has that car that you drive around his portfolio?
That stuff, I don't think. Well, I imagine he's done a lot of models for things, but the basic like vehicle, and moving it around, you could probably do it with the shapes out the box, because a lot of it's like polygon shapes in that demo. And a lot of free stuff you can, like, if you think outside the box a bit, you can sort of Lego brick it. So but yeah, it would still take an insane amount of work, like even just to do the car.
Yeah,
like
it's just a laying out of that whole site, because you know, like he has a little bowling alley, and then he has this like portfolio that you can drive into, and like it's just how creative. And I get, it goes back to that creativity I was saying. Is he clearly just had a great time with that, because it's fun to use and it feels thoughtful when you use it. Yeah, and it doesn't feel rushed. It's not like you just feel like, oh, this guy got lazy at some point.
I think it's it's an interesting one, right? Because you'll always remember that site, but then do you just get distracted by what you're doing? You know what I mean? So I've been like, I've started reading this book I got with my Egghead kit by Cafe Sierra.
I ordered it today.
Did you? It's really
I've seen it on your Twitter, and I was like, that sounds amazing.
I've only read
you can describe this for people, because I've just been like, I've already got this. I know what you're going to say. So go on.
Well, I've only read about maybe like 30 odd pages of it, but if I read out one piece here, like basically the part I've read so far is it's all about flipping your thinking into emotion, rather than like, it is about quality, but like it's about making your users feel awesome. So like, instead of it looking amazing and like marketing it to like hundreds of people and like making sure it's at the top of all the social things and all the brand, like it's actually not about that. It's about actually thinking about how things are actually quality. Like they spread by word of mouth, and like they make people feel good because they used it and it made them feel better. And it wasn't that they loved the app, but they loved the feeling. It's really clever. It's a really clever book. I can't even explain it very well, but it's very good.
What's the name of it?
It's Badass by Cafe Sierra. How to make users awesome, I think.
Yeah, I've literally, I'm not going to bring up my Amazon orders, because I checked the other day. I've ordered like 140 things off Amazon this year,
and none of them are safe for work.
Yeah, no, I haven't. I literally, I'll bring it up. I'm going to order. I'll literally show you on my phone, because that way it's safe.
I try and find this.
Yeah,
Badass, making users awesome. That's what it's called.
because I see it on your Twitter, and I was just like, what is that? Because you always have interesting books. So I was like, what is he reading now? And as soon as I seen that,
I took a screenshot out of it yesterday because I found it so true.
See, it's probably hard to see, but there you go.
Oh no, I recognize the front of the book. It's such a recognizable book. But yeah, this stuck out to me so much, and it's quite a funny book. The bit I've read so far, because there's a lot of images. It's not what I expected to open. I expect it to be all text, but it's really not. It's short bursts of thoughtful mind bombs, I guess.
Nice.
So there's a page, and it says it's like a father coddling a baby, and it says, and when you grow up, you'll get to engage with brands. And then beneath it says, if it drains our energy to out-engage our competitors, imagine what all this brand engagement does to our users. On their deathbed, nobody will say, if only I'd engaged more with brands. If we can't outspend, outfriend, or outtrend the competition, how else can we build desirability? Which is there's stuff you could just thrive off just from reading that.
That's
honestly, it's golden.
It's so true. It's scarily true as well. It's deep.
It makes you think a lot about just anything really that you put out there. I'm more even on a low level, I was just thinking even projects I've put out recently, I should revisit that and make it so it feels more.
We got another recommendation of books in the chat, so.
They're a thing, aren't they? They are a thing. They're quite,
they have to be. Paul's an expert, I think. You think he's very lonely at home by the sounds of things, unfortunately.
They're really popular though, aren't they? Those adult
by numbers
books.
Oh yeah, I think so.
Popular.
It's nearly like a form of meditation, isn't it?
Yeah, instead we just torture ourselves with
Yeah. This desk is way better. I can hit it and everything doesn't shake, which is really nice.
I think that depends how much you got on the desk, right? Mine, I don't think I'll ever not have a bit of a wobble. I don't think I'm gonna struggle.
Well, the bit of wobble, if I used to shake this, my mic would go nuts. You can see a little bit of wobble when I hit it there, but it's compared to the last one that was on 4 legs, it's so much better.
To be fair, this doesn't wobble much, but then it's got stacks on it. But it is a kitchen worktop, so
yeah,
big. The only thing that really wobbles is the light up there, but that's about 3 foot, 4 foot off the desk, so I'd expect that to wobble.
Yeah. Right. A quick question for you. Yeah, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to start messing around with these. Is there an easy way to go into an SVG and invert it so it's upside down?
Yeah, so I had a trick for you for this. So if you notice,
cool.
You noticed until obviously I create the tool for you to just go in and use. You put you put these waves right inside the blue container.
Okay, so these are going to go up into here.
So these white ones.
Now they're under.
So that's the bit that maybe gets lost in translation. That's why I need to make it more kind of intuitive. Basically, way the white waves should go inside the blue container.
Okay, so I need to change this out now, because this was also playing with my padding and margins, and I felt like I was hacking a little bit. I didn't feel great.
The best way to kind of do it would be to lay out all your sections as straight lines, color the waves red, and then just put them in so you can see how they work, and then go back and switch them.
So I can just take this
and then
this.
The other thing I was going to touch on is there's a reason that we're not using the SVG inline. So it's okay if you're going to use solid colors, but the problem is as soon as you start using opacity on the waves, you'll get a stitching line. If you remember, we got a slight overlap.
I've seen that, yes.
If you use a background of the SVG, you get rid of the stitching line because it gets rid of that for you. And then the trick is
sense.
you can do different things. So you could make the container bigger and smaller, but you could also change the background width, and it will repeat anyway, so it won't really matter.
Okay, I'm gonna have to figure out why this is doing this as well, but
yeah, do that
we
and
did
scroll
something.
down. That's weird. It's probably how we did them. Do you remember we were messing around with them last time?
Yeah, I need to clean up. Like, I need to go in and kind of like audit my CSS and see what I've just left in there that's not doing anything.
Just get rid of all the waves in your sections.
Yeah.
And start fresh.
Yeah, let's get rid of these.
I thought you have a. You don't need the two keyframes either. You can just have one.
I mean, I have that now. Like, this is your new one. That was my old ones that we started on.
Oh, okay, cool. I was gonna say, you must have auto prefixing already set up on this, surely.
No, I'm not that fancy, Jay.
Oh, you've not. Well, it probably comes like out the box, right? With this is Next. It's probably already in there somewhere.
I think so.
You probably only have to put like browser list RC file in or something.
Most likely. Next is awesome, in fairness. Okay, so I have that. I have this. I need to put like a wave container in now, don't I? At the bottom.
Yeah. So the way so you don't need the yeah, you do, don't you? You need. So I was just using it as the whole section, but what you can
see,
do,
I have to put a position relative.
So if you have position relative on the sections, and then you just give it like a bottom of like -1%, so you make sure that it definitely goes over. Then you'll have like
on
nice...
which, the waves or
on the waves, yeah. They're set at bottom -5, so it shouldn't matter anyway. So if you put the wave container as like bottom 0,
oh, I have to do this absolute as well, don't I?
yeah, that needs to be absolute, and then as long as the section is absolute or relative.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay, so it's just minus then 2 pixels.
So, yeah, I'd do a -1% on the wave container. So I'd do bottom -1%, I think. Yeah, there. 35. And that should cover it.
Nice. Okay, yeah, that makes more sense as well, because it's a lot more comfortable to do it that way as well.
Yeah, because then you don't...
Praveen's out. See you later, Praveen.
Daily alleyway.
Yeah, that makes it. That's a lot cleaner, because I felt like I was hacking and minusing margins and everything, and I kind of was with a few things. You know what I mean?
Well, the trick as well. So the trick to get them to go up the other way would be to create the container, do a top -1.
Like another container.
Yeah, if you had like, so you could, what you could do here is you could use BEM or something. You could have like wave container hyphen top, and wave container hyphen bottom.
What's this happening here? Did you see this?
Yeah, I see that.
I wonder what that is.
It's
damn
sort of
crappy freeware.
oh, man. Do they have a support line you can call?
Yeah.
It must be. It must be £1 a minute though, surely.
It must be a bit more than that, I'd say, at this stage. No, I'll figure that out. That's not a big deal at all.
It might just be something you've done with the variables. Did you change the widths and heights and things?
No.
Oh, okay. That's interesting.
But where I have not set these as a root anywhere, I don't think yet, have I? No, I haven't.
No, I just didn't know if you'd changed the parameters, like the widths and heights of the waves.
Let me copy and paste the CSS again in case.
Well, you could just rerun your page and see what happens.
Oh yeah.
It might just be a weird overhang. No, definitely did it
straight away there.
Huh. What's the... Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. what's the... So the animation speed is... Oh, is it... No, it's left 0, spawn 5.
Let me just copy this out for a second. I'm going to copy and paste all of that back in.
I don't think it's that though. What you could do is you could set an animation delay of negative.
And where do I set? I set that in here.
Yeah,
Where's the animations?
Put it after go up to the wave.
Yeah.
And then where you've got wave calc var speed, after that, just put like -1 second or something. In line 39. Just put it after that right bracket. Yeah.
Here?
Just outside it.
Okay.
So if you
yeah, now I get you.
Yeah.
No, it's not until after you type, you're like, oh yeah, that actually makes sense.
So that would stop it, but it's whether it shows up again, which I assume it will.
Take a look.
Yeah, it showed up again. Where is the take the animation off and just display it in the page.
Keyframes or where just like the whole animation?
Yeah,
This one?
take the animation off. Yeah, just comment it out for a second.
Look.
Ah, right. So it's... Oh, yeah. So this makes sense, right? Because it's... Right, we've got a little bit of trickery to do here.
Is this... Have I fixed it? Hold on.
Oh, you might have actually if you've... Did you fix it?
It's all right. Now,
No, reload it. Did it work?
I think so.
Oh, sweet.
Magic.
I didn't
So
know.
it was just it was a left here on this. It was off on my container. I have some. What it is I have some padding here,
Yeah, I was gonna say.
and
I
it was
didn't
picking
know
that up.
if it was because your site has like a, like when you set the max width column down the front, and because these are like, however many VWs. Sometimes what you have to do if you want like full bleed, you have to position it centrally, then translate it by 50% to get it in the middle, and then you can do what you want with it.
Okay,
Yeah,
well, that makes more sense. Anyway,
that seems to work here now, which is good. Thankfully.
Yeah, it makes sense. So these are kind of caveats. They're good ones to see people get because they're good explanations.
Yeah,
especially with positioning.
That's a real trick as well for full bleeds. I know some people don't like using 100 VW, but in this case, you can get away with it. I know what the issue might be here, though. So if you apply...
Look at this.
Yeah, so you know your wave container. If you apply a right of 0, and then do an overflow hidden, it should hide. It's going to do this again, isn't it?
Yeah, we had this.
So this is where you want to do that clip path trick again. This is where I haven't fixed this up yet.
I can't remember the clip path again.
No,
I can just go to my GitHub. I saved it.
Do overflow Y or X hidden and see if that. Because it seems weird that the SVG,
or X, isn't it?
Yeah. This bugs me because I want to click into it and inspect it and go to town on it, but I can't.
I need to figure out, because I do have this live share feature. I need to figure out how to get this, because that'd be really good for us kind of tag team and things like this.
Yeah, I think,
is to have the live share. We'll set that up for the next one.
I think I
don't want to do it now because I think we're going to have to put in credentials and everything.
I think we 100% need to do this Scalextric demo as well.
Oh my god, doesn't that sound amazing? I was just after I seen the Christmas truck doing all the like loops, I was like, that on a Scalextric set would be amazing.
We can totally make that.
WebSockets and everything, it'll be so funny.
It'd be really interesting to do the sockets part, because I've not really done a lot with that. I once interviewed for a gaming studio that did a lot of sockets work, and at that point I was like doing WebSockety stuff, and then since then I've barely touched it.
Because I've been, what I'd like to do, because I've seen it and I haven't done it, and I'd love to try it out, is AWS Lambda WebSockets.
Yeah, so that would be like the perfect fit. I almost end up doing a bit of freelance work around that, and it was going to be like a multiplayer thing, and that would be like perfect, like a perfect use case. I think it'd be really interesting because I'll learn a bunch from that anyway. I'm sure you will too,
as well.
So.
It'll be that'll be amazing. It'll be good fun. Right, let's have a look. Where am I at? Okay, so this is broken. We've figured that out.
What about if oh,
hold on, sorry, I'm getting feedback. 1 second.
It's my loud haircut that I did myself. For 30 seconds, I'm now the host. Oh no, he's back. Yep, welcome to Kodu. I'm your host. You came looking for Niall, but I'm taking over. We're doing some Next. I'm going to show you how to make the code your own. Niall's actually gone, like, completely. Here he is.
So my battery died on my headphones, so I had to go and get an audio cable.
Amateur.
I just didn't charge it last night, like, because I wear them like 8 hours a day.
See, I gave up on I've got a Bluetooth set, but I just I use these. I really recommend these if people are looking for headphones. Caltronics. They're incredible. They're actually amazing. I had like the Bose, no, not the Bose. These are like Bose QC35s, but without the brand on them. But I had the Beats before, the Beats Pros, and they hurt your head.
Now these are the new Sony's ones. They're awesome. I have a big head, so
I had Sony's a long time ago. And to be fair, I absolutely loved them. And the only reason I got rid of them is because I wore the ear cups out and I just didn't get any more. They were like, well, you can probably still get them. They're like true wireless, so they're not Bluetooth. They actually have like, you sit them on a stand that charges them, and then they have a channel.
Them. They're a bit old school, that old fashioned, but you get better audio quality out of them and everything.
Yeah, they're incredible. And if you have like, this is when I actually worked in an office, so if you have more than one person with a radio frequency, you can actually flick to that channel.
Oh, that's sweet. So
cool. And the charge like lasts for ages.
Boys always like walkie-talkies because, you know, that's basically it. That's what we're going back to here, really.
They were super good. I don't even know if you can get anything like that anymore. I'm
sure you can. I love this. Like, there's a typo. Was it beard? What is the necessary requirement to join the show? Beer and beard.
Wow.
The beer and beard show.
Oh, you can still get them.
Yeah? I'm sure. What's that? Epsilon, or what's that really fancy brand of headphones?
These are Sony RF. Like, if you just search Sony RF, you basically find them. Sennheiser do a pair. But yeah, I love them. They were so good.
Right. I have maybe another 10 minutes before I have to bounce because I know there's been food ordered for me because it's Friday and I need to watch The Mandalorian.
Is that what you do after this as well? Because that's what I go and do.
Yeah, I always go and watch The Mandalorian. Because I've started this, literally, I started at 5 today, this stream, just because I was like, right, I need to actually make some progress, and I've totally just been... I had James Perkins jumped on earlier as well, so, because he's a Next guy.
I just race ahead to finish my work early so I can derail you as soon as possible.
Ah, perfect. You know, it's great.
It's Fridays, isn't it? That's You know how
it's nice. I like this. It's a good catch. I actually always feel like I have more energy after doing this stream than a day's full of work.
And then it all just goes in.
Yeah.
And then you got no energy again.
I'd love to figure out this now, overflows stuff. Because
So
I would love to get to, like, what I'd like to get by the end of this, like even the next 15 minutes, say, is be able to like flip the SVG.
Yeah. So this is what I wanted to show you. So
Let's undo the overflow for now.
Do the wave and set a background color on the wave. You can leave that overflow hidden on there, but I just want to see what happens when you do this.
Okay, so leave the overflow hidden?
Yeah, because we're going to find out where it's going, because something's not quite right here. So if you set a background color on wave.
Okay.
But make sure you do it like, actually it can be anywhere. You haven't got a background. Yeah, so
I just do
background
it anyway.
color. And red will do. Right, so it's not showing at all. Which is
Z index.
kind of weird. Yeah, you can try that. So it's still not showing. Do an overflow visible on this. It sounds really silly, but
I didn't even know that was a property.
If you inspect that, is that an actual...
Is this collapsing or...
So something's collapsing. So is the wave collapsing inside it? Like if you hover over the wave, what's the dimensions on it?
Because you see, here's my overflow X.
I know what the issue is. So
what is it?
What's the tallest wave?
I hope the one in the front.
No, it'll be the one at the back on it. The one at the back.
Oh yeah.
So it'll be the first one. So what's that? 12 VH. So just set the wave container to 12 VH height.
Okay, where are you pulling this number from?
Your wave configuration. So your dash height.
Oh, this is it?
Yeah, but you don't need to. You just want the maximum. So just go to wave container, and then just set the height of it to 12 VH, and then set the overflow to hidden.
And that's it. It's the outer container was collapsing.
Yeah, so now if you do that, you can take the overflow visible off as well.
Oh, and the scrolling stops. This is amazing.
And I've already got the other part worked out, so don't worry. We're going to do that. All right.
This is great. This is great.
It's all right. We can talk for 2 hours, do a productive 10 minutes, and then...
That's all that matters, really. You know, like, I'd be happy enough to say it's like, it's a chat with Niall and Jhey, and maybe something gets done.
We'll show you how to do something.
Yeah.
It might be just opening a text editor, but...
So, are you saying, like, what are you going to do down here?
To replace these ones, right?
Yeah.
So what I'd do first is I would go, show me your wave container. Right. So add a new set of waves and drop them into the next container or wherever you want them to go.
Yeah. So I'm going to grab in this whole thing because it nicely, this is all.
Well, you can reuse all of that. It'll be fine, right?
Basically because of the way have these, like, because I import these styles, they're modules. So
could you not? You could just
I'd have to make global styles and import them.
Well, for now though, if you have a different section, you could just import hero.module CSS from another folder.
Yeah, I'm going to copy and paste it in for the moment because I'm going to change out some of the styles up when I flip it and everything. Like, I don't know which is dirtier. Which is dirtier, duplication or
just
weird
copy
imports?
It elsewhere. Just copy it from Hero and then extract it out to its own thing later on. That's what I would do. Because otherwise you're going to have to remember... Yeah,
make a wave utility kind of style.
Because otherwise you're going to have to remember everywhere you've copied it and go back and change it all.
Which is basically every 2 minutes, because look at this page.
Yeah. So if you have it like in one place, at least if you're just reusing it from hero, at least you know it's only in one place. Like, just write it once, even if you reuse it.
So this time, am I putting it into the services and flipping it like here?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's in the services. I just want to make sure that my thoughts were...
No, you're right. But yeah, you just want to create the same DOM setup. So what's going on here? What are we doing here?
Create utility later.
Yeah, but you don't need to do that here. You wouldn't do that here. You do this in some other folder.
I mean, like, because I'm copy and pasting this in.
No, just import it from hero. Come on.
Import it from hero. Okay.
Because
well, what I'm going to get is some clashes because I have container named everything, and then I'll have 2 styles and 2. Oh but no, wait, actually no. I can do. Yeah, I can just do hero styles. No, never mind. Because it's not.
That's what I was getting at.
Yeah, I get you. Sorry, I'm again just being a bit weird here. Import hero styles from if I remember how to do basic things.
It's alright. It's Friday. You could sense the antsiness in my voice there, where I was just like, "No, just import it."
Yeah. I'm just like, explain better, Jhey. I'm slow, okay? Okay, so then there's the container, and then we have the div with the waves.
Yeah. So I don't know how you set the last one up. Did you just do like? Because you could just copy that as well, right? Would it just be like hero style?
That's what I'm gonna do then. Oh, now you want me to copy? Gee.
Yeah, now I want it. But now I want this as a component later on. So.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I think that next week I might do this tomorrow morning. I might start doing a bit more on it.
It's going to be a component where you pass it a prop of like the speeds, heights, and whether it's a top or bottom.
Oh, that'll be so cool.
That's the best way to do that one, I think.
Yeah, that's definitely. So I have this. I go into my services.
Now you're going to do something a little different with this one. So you're going to have 2 classes. So you're going to want to do a
or hero styles. I need.
I guess.
I've never done this. It feels weird, but I think it makes sense.
Yeah, it will.
It's not broken.
It just probably won't show because it'll be at the bottom, right? Somewhere. Did you change all those styles?
Did I what? Let me have a look in here. I just want to see what's showing up and not showing up. Service container.
I think the last one didn't have the styles. Yeah, the top one. Oh no, services container. Sorry, ignore me.
Hero styles.wave. I'm just gonna put in.
That's weird. Where is it?
Where did she go?
Yeah, there's like nothing changing.
Oh, okay. All right. Ignore me. Just pretend we didn't do that. This is in a little display panel function.
Oh, okay.
No.
I completely missed that as well.
So we should probably see the hello somewhere. Look behind here now. We see it because I need to delete the reading recommendation thing.
Oh, okay, cool. So it is there.
Yeah.
But
so
now,
on the
now
blog,
there's a new.
I need to delete this first. 1 sec. So blog. It is the blog, isn't it? Or is it in the
services and hero? I think that's where we were.
Yeah, where's that SVG that? Like, I'm trying to figure out what's this part of. This is services.
Wave.
That's in the services.
Will that just be an element that you can just strip off?
Yeah, well, that's what I need. I need to strip off this one anyway, because this is the one we're doing. So that's.
But you can get rid of the top and the bottom, can't you?
Oh, it's in a before element, I bet you. Where no, I'm in here. Services. See here.
Yeah, that looks like it. That looks like the one. Is there an after as well? Is that how you do the bottom one?
Well, that would be smart, wouldn't it? So I hope I did.
Or where? Yeah, because how's the bottom one done?
Magic? I copied and pasted it off a guy called Jhey on the internet.
Is the other one still there?
Yeah, this one's there. Hold on. What's this in?
Where did that one come from?
Services. We're in services.
What?
No, hold on. Maybe I'm messing something here. Yeah, okay.
Right.
Blog container before. Yeah, you see, well, this is why it helps to have one pattern to do these things rather than going, I'll throw one here, I'll throw one here.
And that's why it kind of makes sense to put them inside the container they're in, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
It just kind of works. I didn't really think of that until I made the thing, and I was like, oh, actually, yeah, that makes more sense.
Okay, so in the blog, I can delete that then. I can't believe that, like, after this week, this thing's gonna actually probably look worse the way I'm gonna leave it.
As long as people don't scroll, it'll look fine.
Yeah, don't scroll. All right, we have
that looks cool.
So that's the bottom one, but I need a top one now as well.
Yeah, so so this is where we need to make a little change.
Okay.
It's just a little tiny change, but you're gonna have to do some multiple classes. So in Hero, if you do a wave container, and you can keep that there, but just delete bottom -1.
Do you want another one?
No, I just want a wave container, and then hyphen bottom.
So I'm not using a SAS or anything.
Just whatever you want. Wave container bottom. However you want to do it. Yeah, you can do it like that.
Oh, no, that's what I mean. Like, am I doing it this
way?
way?
I think because you're using modules, it don't really matter, right? You can just snake case it.
Oh yeah, of course. It's more just semantics, really. Let me put that.
If it was me, I'd do 2 hyphens just because it's a modifier, but then it doesn't really matter here, and it just makes it a pain to access as a module.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you delete everything in that apart from bottom -1. Yeah, you can get rid of that. And then just duplicate that.
Oh, my mouse has decided. Okay, there you go. It's back.
Yours does that too. Yeah, and if you just do that one as top and do top -1 inside it.
Okay.
And then remove the bottom -1 from the general container, like the wave container class. Yeah, that one. Line 35, you just skip that out.
And there's no top.
Yeah, nothing in there, just left and right. Now, if you apply wave container top to the new one, like the new the services waves.
See you later, Paul. Have a good one. So apply these 2 styles to those.
Just apply. Oh yeah. For the hero, you will want wave container bottom. So I guess you have to do it in an array.
How do I?
You could.
Yeah, I
you
have to put an array of things. Yeah, I forgot that's how you do these things.
You could do it. I guess you can do an array, or you could do just.
Oh, it's not in here. It's not in here. It's in the other one.
You do a template. You need to do it here though, don't you? Because by default, by default, it will be top.
No, but I'm doing the styles for the CSS in Hero, but it's the services where it's applying the styles.
But you'll need to update the Hero one as well, because it won't.
Yes, you're right. All right. Yeah, sorry.
By default, it would be top, but you want top.
And I think you can give an array of classes.
Yeah, it's an array or it's a template string, right? I can't remember if it.
I think you can just give it this. I think this is the easiest way. I think this is how they do it in Next. I don't do it often, so wave container. If I spelled right, container.
And then that
bottom.
Yeah. Does that work?
Okay.
Yeah, it looks like it works.
So let's take this
and drop it into services.
Or even just, I'm going to take this because everything else is pretty. Okay, services.
Now for this one, you actually want
top.
Well, you want a top and a bottom, right?
Power bottom.
So you could do, yeah, you could do two of these. You could do a top one and a bottom one if you wanted. I don't know how this section works.
Here also, actually, I'll do this as a top for now because that's the one we really want to try right now.
Yeah. So, those styles aren't being applied, it looks like. It might need to be a template. Did you get like a build message or anything? Interesting. I have a feeling you have to do a multiple classes as a template string, but perhaps not. Oh, okay, yeah. Does Next.js just allow arrays? If it does, that's really cool.
I think it does.
Well, check the DOM. Did the DOM have the styles, or did it just?
Yeah, that's a good question. We should have that in there.
Did it just have one class for the wave container?
It does at the moment, but like it shouldn't work at all if one of them.
Well, the only reason I can think that that's working is because it hasn't compiled it. Something hasn't compiled the JSX because it doesn't like it.
Let's start it again.
Because like it can't see something or it's missing something. But for some reason you're not getting an error, which is kind of weird. Yeah, that's weird. Why are you? Although that looks like no, you are getting the class there. Look.
Oh yeah, I am.
So that is working.
But it's a comma.
Yeah. So.
Is that correct?
The trick you could do there is do dot join space dot to string. Oh, yeah, or you could do that, but you could just do an array of them and then do dot join.
I thought there was an easier way of doing this. I'm gonna have to look this up after. It's gonna really annoy me. I'm only doing this because I just think it's easier to read and reason with.
Yeah.
That's all. I'm all about being a little bit more verbose.
Yeah, I think the way I said will do it.
Nice.
So yeah, that's working. So that's what you expect. Now, the trick will be when it's a top. If you go into the hero styles where we define them. Yeah. Now, all you got to do on the container top is do a transform and just flip it. So just do a rotate 180.
So how does this work? I'm not good with transform. So what do I hit in here? Rotate?
Rotate, and then 180 degrees. 180 DEG.
DEG, okay.
And that should...
Nice! That looks so cool.
Be working.
That looks slick, doesn't it?
That looks good.
That's pretty slick. Good.
With the purple, it looks really nice.
Like, that looks really slick. I have to say, I'm really happy with that change because that's obviously way far away from what I was planning on designing.
Yeah, this is much more. It just looks a lot cleaner.
So I'm going to copy and paste this. Oh, actually, I'm going to copy and paste the whole thing.
Yeah, and just do a bottom one.
I'll put it down at the bottom, probably just for semantics.
Yeah, can do. It should just play nice anyway.
It should. Again, it's just more so like what way it reads on the screen.
That's fair enough.
I'm just more of a. As I said, it's from functional programming for too long, I think.
You know what you'd be able to do with that though? You'd be able to make your sections a component and then say whether there's a wave at the top or the bottom.
Oh, yeah, that's all right, we're not going to start that today.
No.
That is class though. That looks really good.
Well, you can see the comparisons. You can see the waves below. Like these ones are a bit more subtle, but they're nice. Like you notice them, but they're not in your face.
Yeah, for sure.
Like I feel like the big ones are a bit much for me personally. Like I come in, I want to just see all the text, but the fact there's some nice little.
I will probably I'll make these ones probably bigger because and the footers, because I want big waves here and here, and then I'll keep the rest as small waves, you know.
But you can just configure them with bigger heights. That's the joy of the variables, right?
It's amazing. No, I'm going to definitely componentize this. I might actually do this tomorrow for a couple hours of just componentizing some of these things.
It's looking good. It's looking really good.
Right, I am going to go and have some fun. I'm going to end the broadcast here for anyone that's been watching. So anyone that's been here, you can thank me for making those beautiful waves, but send the checks to Jhey. Just I'm all about charity. I'm all about charity. Jhey needs it more than me. It's fine.
Wow.
No, honestly, check out Jhey's stuff. Like that wave stuff has been awesome. So if you're wondering how to get that, check out Jhey's code pen, because that is so handy. This is really cool. It's made things really useful, really easy for me today.
It's got a Paper Mario vibe about it.
Yeah, it's so cool. I just think it adds so much personality to this website
I really
didn't
like
have.
It. I think it looks really good.
So yeah, all right. I'll see everyone next time.